Good morning, my wonderful freshman class. This is Mrs. House, of course. Who else would it be? And we are entering into our 11th week of distance learning. Welcome, everyone, to June. We are so close to the end here, and I am excited to share with you our week ahead. First and foremost, I was able to find the Odyssey movie for you guys online. It's on YouTube. So I know you're busy this week. I'm sure my class isn't the only one that's giving you end of the year assignments and summative assessments, but please know that I have all the faith in the world in you guys that you guys can manage your time. You can take it slow, piece by piece, and get it all done. Just make sure you plan for success, okay? So here's the link to the movie. I give you a suggestion on where to start, but I do ask that you don't watch this till maybe after Tuesday, because if we have time during our Zoom session, if you click here on the agenda, you'll see that I have planned to support you guys with your formative assessments and everything else that would have actually already been due, but in case you still had questions about it. But then the rest of the time I thought we just watched the movie together. So the only way I see changing this might be if we need more help with the summative assessment at the time, because technically you guys could totally watch the movie on your own. So with that, let's take a look at this week ahead. As you already know, on Monday we have a couple things due, and these are a long time coming, right? So your formative assessment is due, and that's on Classroom. Your evidence collector we've been working on that the whole time. That's going to be due. And your summaries. And I know I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about how to infuse part 2 of the Odyssey into these two assessments. And I'm just asking that you guys do your best to adjust your documents to reflect part 2 as much as possible so that you can feel confident that you have learned as much as possible about this text. But I'm not going to be super strict about it. I just want this to be a meaningful exercise for you. On Monday, I hope some of you will join me for our tutorial, our freshman only tutorial, and I think this will probably be more helpful than me going over it on Tuesday, because this will be a time for you guys just to drop in anytime between 4 and 4:30 with any last minute questions you have about these three deadlines. Obviously, the Romeo and Juliet essay is still ongoing for those of you who are still working on that. And obviously, we're still reading the Oreo book. We're still going to have Zoom on Tuesday and Thursday. You can look on the following slides here for the agendas. So here's, like I already showed you, Tuesday's agenda. And then Thursday's focus will be on the summative assessment support. And what you're doing on Tuesday is you are looking at Mrs. Bartlett's leadership workshop and lesson. I really hope you guys find the time for this, but I also don't know everything you have on your plate. So it did take quite a bit of her time to put together and quite a bit of mine to put it into Edpuzzle and link everything in. So I do, like I said, hope that you do it. But it could also wait. If Tuesday isn't the day for you and you want to wait till later in the week, then that's fine. But please know this. The intention behind providing you guys with Miss Bartlett's leadership workshop is to give you ideas of what you could use in your summative. So the timeliness of it is intentional, and I do want you to do it now, but it's not a hill I'm going to die on if you guys can't fit it in. What I am going to expect you to do is a summative assessment. So I realize that the summative assessment has three parts for you to choose from. You either choose the Google Slides presentation, and of course it has a screencast there to explain it. You do the song or the epic poem option, and I have a template there for you, or you do the essay. Now, I have reached out to those of you via email, so check your .NET email if I am expecting you to do the essay or the Google Slides presentation. I'm hoping that a lot of you guys take the creative route if you are eligible to do the poem. So what I'm trying to help you with here is on the next slide, slide 5, and you can get to that by either going to the next slide or clicking here where it says next slide. I have broken down the three summative assessment options for you, and this is of course just my suggestion. If you guys want to do it all in one day and then take a few days off and then go back and polish it, go for it. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you could split this up into manageable chunks to get the whole thing done. And you'll notice that's the only other thing I'm assigning all week, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are working on that. What would be a huge, monumental mistake, dare I say epic mistake, is if you were to leave a summative assessment of this size to, say, Friday or the weekend. It is due Monday the 8th, so please, please, please work on it every day. Little bites and bites here and there. I think that's it other than the Flipgrids. Those of you who are still trying to get your Oreo points in, make sure you guys are finishing those, but please mark it as done on Classroom. That way I know to go in because I'll get a notification in my Gmail and then I'll go into Flipgrid and grade it. I wish you guys the very best final full week of your freshman year. And if there's anything at all that I can do to help you all, please reach out to me via email or remind text. I will see you either on Monday's tutorial or Tuesday's live Zoom. Mwah!